An investigation is underway after a 7-year-old was shot and killed at a Lithonia gas station. Here's what's especially heartbreaking here. The child's own father has been charged with murder. This is according to police. This incident happened around 6:30 last night along Rock Chapel Road. This is according to DeKalb County Police. This 42-year-old father, Dante Doherty, has now been charged with 2 counts of cruelty to children, 1 count of murder in the second degree. Really heartbreaking story. But we're going to continue to follow the latest here on Atlanta News First Plus, and Atlanta News First, of course. I also want to let you know about this major new development surrounding the Georgia presidential election meddling case. Several more of the co-defendants of the former President Donald Trump have now pleaded not guilty and have waived their arraignments. So that includes the former Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, as well as the former Georgia GOP chair, David Schaefer, Republican State Senator Sean Still, former Trump attorney John Eastman, and former GOP chair for Coffee County, Kathy Latham. And they're joining numerous others who have already pleaded not guilty, including the former president, including the former president's former attorney, Rudy Giuliani. And again, 19 people have been charged in this case. And all of them are charged with violating Georgia's RICO statute, among other things. So a major story. We're going to keep following all the breaking developments here. Apologize for the little delay in that video. We're having a little bit of difficulty there. But also just want to let you know that the arraignments were scheduled to take place tomorrow in Fulton County Superior Court. But clearly most of these defendants have waived arraignments. At this point, it appears that all but one have waived arraignments. So if that one, we would, of course, be there inside the courtroom and get the latest on that as well. But just want to point you back to our website, atlantanewsfirst.com. And if you look under Trump investigation, Georgia indictment, you can get all the updates here because things keep breaking, developing, and we're just, this is the best way to keep track of it all. And you can see one of the other headlines here is that the Georgia Attorney General, there's a commission making a decision as to whether State Senator Sean Still stays in office given this indictment. So there are a lot of storylines here that, if you are interested in the justice process and the political system, particularly here in Georgia, you're going to want to check that out on atlantanewsfirst.com. Speaking of that issue, I want to let you know about a lawsuit that's happening today, and it really impacts voters' rights. So it's a fight to ensure that black voters here in Georgia are being heard, and there's a trial that's now getting underway as to whether our state's voting district lines discriminate against minority voters. Our political maps were redrawn in 2021. Experts believe that the result benefited white voters and helped Republicans gain a congressional seat in Georgia's 6th district, just north of Atlanta. This trial is expected to last for 2 weeks, but it's something that a lot of people are going to be watching very closely. If a judge rules that, in fact, these were drawn, in violation of the law, then that could then result in the lines being redrawn here. But again, that trial expected to last about 2 weeks. Also, just got to let you know, unfortunately, it's been really a deadly weekend on the roads here in the Atlanta area, Labor Day weekend. 5 teenagers have now been identified in a deadly crash after a car went over a wall onto I-85 in Gwinnett County. Very sad situation. That includes there are 5 people, including 3 teenagers, that died. 3 others in the hospital after the 3-car collision. It happened just before 4 a.m. on Monday. The ramp 316 West to 85 South was closed for several hours as police were investigating, saying that a vehicle went over the wall of the raised ramp, fell onto the collector distributor lanes that connect I-85 to Pleasant Hill Road. Really a very sad situation. Just want to point you to our website once again for the details on that. And in addition to that, another deadly crash. Two people killed in this East Point crash who have now been identified as Morehouse College students with very bright, promising futures. Show you a look at 25-year-old Hugh Douglas and 25-year-old Christian Files Jr. Really sad. And these young men, you know, they were both business administration majors, and obviously a lot of grief on that campus. Morehouse said in a post, Hugh Douglas was an exceptional student who displayed immense dedication and promise in pursuing a business administration degree with a concentration in finance. Christian Files Jr. was a remarkable young man who made his mark academically and in extracurricular activities. Douglas is the son of a former NFL defensive end. Hugh Douglas was an alt finance and Goldman Sachs fellow, had just finished up an internship with Ayers Management Corporation in LA. That's according to school officials. And Files Jr., who GSP said was behind the wheel at the time of the crash, was described as a leader by Morehouse College and served as co-captain for the HBCU's track and field team, media chair for the junior class council, was an active member of the Morehouse Business Association. It really very, very sad situation. And you can see Hugh Douglas actually tweeting about this and saying, you know, you were already a better man than me. So really a tragedy, and just a reminder to everyone to just stay safe on the roads, you know, anytime you're out there, and certainly, you know, follow the rules of the road and take those extra precautions. But that's a look at some of the top stories that we have here on Atlanta News First Plus and atlantanewsfirst.com. Thanks so much for joining us. If you haven't done so yet, we really encourage you to download our free Atlanta News First app so you can get updates sent right to your phone anytime there's news that impacts you, particularly in your own neighborhood. Thanks, and have a great day.